Hey guys, welcome to this week's video about where we're up to in 12 legal studies. It's about 14 days until the exam, so yeah, we've only got 2 weeks to go. It's really important that you're preparing for the exam. There's a lot of material there to help you, so the question will change slightly, but you basically need to be able to write 600 to 800 words in 2 hours about how the legal system in Australia protects and enforces rights of one of the groups of people. So it's either children being forced to marry, people who wish to terminate their lives, or people who have been trafficked. And you'll basically see that there's a whole heap of different stimulus there. Some of it's a little bit generic, which helps you to write your introduction and your conclusion, and some of it is more specific. We really recommend following the peer structure. So what I would do for my body paragraphs is have 3 main points. So it might be the main arguments that you have are things like, I'll just use child marriage as an example. One of the reasons that the Australian legal system needs to do more to protect the rights of children is that it has it causes emotional and psychological harm. And I could have a whole paragraph about that. I'd use evidence from the sources. I could use some other evidence if I wanted to memorise some, and so on. I could also have a paragraph about socioeconomic harm, including, not passing school and not getting, not having attained some educational outcomes because the person was married really young. And again, I'd just use some evidence from the paper and also some evidence from my own research. And then a third reason why the system needs to do more to protect these children is that it violates our laws. Sometimes it's a cultural tradition to marry, your children off when they're quite young. But in international law, we also have state sovereignty balancing it out. And the state of Australia, like as in the government of Australia, they have the right to, have their own laws and to enact rules that protect people. And so it's really important to look at those. So one of them would be the age of consent, which is 16. Another one would be generally that people who marry are adults, and so they are therefore 18. And so, if you look at different parts of the 1961 Marriage Act for that as well. But also you can look at the human rights legislation, and there's a whole list of different things. Definitely the Declaration that we've looked at over and over again all term, but there's also things like the rights of the child, the conventions on the rights of the child, that we need to keep in mind as well. So it's really important that you email me if you have any questions, and that you practice working out what your recommendations are going to be to improve the legal system and how it protects human rights. Thanks.